feed these hungry gamers again. Oh, by the way, hello people. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. Or excellent. What? Alright. What's up, gamers? Look. Says here Palworld PS5 version. A Palworld PS5 version removed from Tokyo Game Show amidst Nintendo lawsuit. Says here Palworld, popular creature collecting game developed by Pocket Pair, has faced a sudden setback as its PS5 version was rumored. PS5 version was removed, not rumored, from the Tokyo Game Show (TGS) exhibit list. The removal coincided with Nintendo filing a lawsuit against Pocket Pair, accusing them of patent infringement related to the Pokemon Company design. The TGS list which was published on September 11th, initially includes Palworld. However, on the same day the lawsuit was made public, the game was taken off the list, raising question about the connection between the two events. Pocket Pair responded to the lawsuit. Subtopic says Pocket Pair respond to lawsuit, expressing that they are unaware of specific patent that they are accused of violating and having start legal investigation. Despite the game removal from the official TGS list, Pocket Pair hinted that Palworld might still be showcased at the events, indicating that the removal could have been a mistake or unrelated to the lawsuit. The outcome of the legal battle and its impact on Palworld's future appearance is yet to be seen. At the moment, both developers and the Tokyo Game Show organizers have not provided further clarification on the situation. As more news and rumors surface, we're sure to keep you all up to date. Look, okay, when it comes to this whole Pocket Pair, Nintendo's lawsuit against Pocket Pair, right? Nintendo tried to say it's a patent infringement. Here's where it's both patent infringement and copyright infringement, because there's 26 letters in the alphabet, right? So you got A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, M, N, O, P, right? So C, and then there's P. So copyrights comes first, right? But then there's patent. So the letter P, the letter C comes before the letter P. But what patent infringement does is mask the copyright to make you think that it's not a copyright infringement involved, right? The patent infringement masks the copyright. So what Nintendo is trying to do is trying to hit Pocket Pair for both copyright and patent infringement, but they use patent infringement to cover the copyright, to make it look like there's no copyright involved, but there is copyrights involved. So this whole lawsuit is about stopping game growth and game development, because Nintendo is not the first studio to make a game about catching monsters and training them. They're not the first. There's Digimon, there's Monster Hunter, Monster Ranchers. There's games that deal with monsters. Nintendo is not the first company to do it, but they want to make it seem like they're the first when they're not. And what they're doing is trying to stop game growth and game development. So another studio can come out and say, okay, if Nintendo makes Pokemon, and then Pocket Pair makes Palworld, then our game is going to be like this. They made it this way, Nintendo made it this way, Palworld made it that way, but our game is going to be this way. That's what this lawsuit is about. Nintendo is trying to stop game growth and game development in video games, right? This lawsuit is like, it would be like Capcom saying, okay, we're going to sue every game studio that made a Ryu and Ken look-alike characters in their fighting games. You're like, huh? What? And Capcom could be like, okay, we're going to sue every game studio that made a fighting game that has a Ryu and Ken look-alike character or a Ryu and Ken theme in it. For instance, let's use SNK. How many fighting games do they have? A whole lot. If you're talking about the Art of Fighting series, the World Hero series, the Fatal Fury series, the what's that? The Samurai Showdown series, the King of Fighters series, the Aggressors of Dark Combat, Ninja Warriors, Kabuki Clash. Who else? Last Blade, Hearts of the Samurai, the Last Blade series. SNK has made a whole lot of fighting game. So Capcom could be like, okay, well, we're going to sue SNK because they have Ryu and Ken look-alike characters in their game. That's how serious this lawsuit is with Pocket Pair and Nintendo. So Nintendo is trying to stop game growth and game development. That's why they filed a lawsuit. It ain't about patent infringement. It's deeper than that. It's about stopping game growth and game development. So if Capcom decide to sue SNK, then that would be huge, because SNK has a lot of Ken and Ryu type characters in their game. For instance, Hanzo, Galford, Jinjuru, Ahamaru, Yukio. Those are like Ryu and Ken type characters. In World Heroes, there's Fuma and Puma, the red and blue ninja. In Art of Fighting, you got Robert and what's his face? And Rio. See what I'm saying? That same lawsuit that Capcom filed against SNK could apply to, say, Namco with Dragon Ball Z. Say like Vegeta and Goku is like Ryu and Ken. The same goes for NetherRealm Studios with what's that? With Mortal Kombat. Scorpion and Sub-Zero. It's like Ryu and Ken, because Scorpion is like fire, Sub-Zero is ice. The same thing with Ryu and Ken. Ken is fire, Ryu is ice. I'm just saying. So that's how big this lawsuit is. So this lawsuit is not just about patent infringement. It's both patent infringement and copyright involved, because the patent, it masks the copyright to make you think that it's just about patent infringement. Okay, that's what this lawsuit is huge. So Nintendo, they're trying to stop game growth and game development in video games. That's why they filed a lawsuit, and they're also jealous and envious of Pocket Pair, because all Pocket Pair did was took the Monster Hunter, monster catching training, and expanded upon it. They're two different games, but since Nintendo is bitter and they're filled with jealousy, envy, and hate, they went after Pocket Pair, and that's what this lawsuit all comes down to. So one is about stopping game growth and game development in video games, and two, this lawsuit is about jealousy, envy of Pocket Pair. Period. Okay, and that's why they're going after him. So I mean, I use Capcom to show you how serious this thing is. If Capcom say, okay, we're going to sue every game studio that has a Ryu and Ken characters in their fighting games. That includes Dragon Ball Z. That includes Mortal Kombat. That includes Arc System with the Guilty Gear series. Or I'm just saying, or SNK, you know, or I mean, even Namco with Soul Calibur, with Mitsurugi and who was that? Mitsurugi and Wang. That's like a Ken and Ryu battle. So this lawsuit is big, man, and Nintendo is trying to stop game growth and game development. And this game, Pocket Pair, was planning to release the game on PlayStation, but now since of this lawsuit, now they took it down, but now they're trying to put it back up, you know. But Pocket Pair now is not like some small like it's not like a YouTuber that or that doesn't have a whole lot of money, that they might not have a whole lot of money like Pocket Pair, but Pocket Pair now has made a whole bunch of money off Palworld, and they have the lawyers to help them fight this. So this is a big lawsuit, man, and it's not just going to be a one and done lawsuit. This impacts video games, because developers that want to make a monster catching game, like that train and catches monster, they might have a style of gameplay that they have in mind that they want to bring to video games. Now they have to sit there and watch this lawsuit now, because they don't know what the outcome is going to be, so this lawsuit is pretty big, man. So it's not just some small lawsuit. Matter of fact, there was an article on I think it was on MSN. They were talking about the lawsuit could be for like 5 years. Like it could, in the title they're saying that the lawsuit could be for 5 years. So yeah, it's that big, man. So Nintendo filing a lawsuit against Pocket Pair, man. This is just filled to me with like pure jealousy and envy. Look, I even watched who was that Young Year's video yesterday, a couple days, actually 2 days ago now. And when I was watching this video, I realized I'm sitting there watching it, and he was I'm watching this video, and then it dawned on me, like it just came to me like, oh, this is really affecting game development and game growth. Because there's plenty of studios out there that want to make a monster training game, that catches monsters and train them, And Nintendo is trying to like go after Pocket Pair to try to stop it, to make it look like they're the only ones that supposed to like make those type of games. But we'll see what comes of this. But yeah, but Pocket Pair, they're not no small company though. I mean, they're a small studio, but they have the financial backings to fight this case with some lawyers, So we'll see what comes of this. But this do affect video game growth and development when you really look at this. It really do, this lawsuit just came out of nowhere, So and those people that were on YouTube, when they were trying to say Pocket Pair copied Nintendo, they try to make it look like Pocket Pair copied Nintendo. They must realize that if you look at Capcom and SNK, they have Ryu and Ken look characters, but Capcom is not going at SNK. Capcom love the competition that they get from SNK, because SNK make Capcom step their game up when it comes to fighting game, Because when Capcom comes out with a game, they see what SNK comes with, they're like, oh, we got to raise our bar too, because they keep coming. So it's that's part of the game growth and development, because they feed off each other. It's like Capcom and SNK feed off each other. So I just used them in this video to show you how serious this thing is. So yeah, but Nintendo on the other hand, they're trying to make it seem like they were the only ones that came up with this monster training thing, catching monsters, petting them, training them. They're not the first. There's plenty of studios out there, that came up with games that deal with monsters, of catching them and training them, stuff like that. So yeah, but other than that, man, that's the lawsuit in a nutshell. But it's not just copyright infringement. It's not just patent infringement. It's patent infringement and copyright, because if C is here and then P is here, then P masks it, so to make it look like, oh, it's not copyright, but it's both patent infringement and copyright infringement. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell, man, when it comes to this lawsuit. But to me, Nintendo is really jealous and envious of Pocket Pair, and they're jealous and envious of the success that they're having. So we'll see what comes of this. But the PlayStation fans now, they can look. They know they're looking at this because they want to play the game too. You know, they want to play the game too. On the PlayStation 5. You know, they played it on the PC. They probably played it on Xbox, but now they want the PS5 version. So we'll see what comes of this in the months and days and weeks to come. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Though, nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars Dark Thing. Dark Side. Go. Peace.